All right, so the first question of quiz 12, we were dealing with solving exponential equations. And so we want to use our like bases to solve this exponential equation, and I'll write it a little larger so that we could all see it. We have 64 in parentheses, 4 raised to the 3x is equal to 16. And I'm going to create a little side notes column just because we want to use like bases. What like base do you think we're going to use here? 4. And so 64 is the same as what? 4 raised to the third. And 16 is the same as 4 raised to the second. Good. So wherever we see a 16, we're going to go ahead and replace it with 4 to the second. And wherever we see a 64, we're going to go ahead and replace that with 4 to the third. So we're now looking at 4 to the third times our 4 to the 3x is equal to 4 to the second. And so we're going to use our properties of exponents now. When we're multiplying terms that have the same base, what do we do to the exponents? We add. So that left-hand side is now 4 raised to the 3 plus 3x. And then that right-hand side is still, once again, that 4 to the second power. Now that the bases are exactly the same, what can we do? We can just set our exponents equal to each other. And then we're just solving for our missing variable. So we're just looking at 3 plus 3x is equal to 2. Utilize inverse operations and subtract 3 from both sides. And when you do, you get 3x is equal to -1. And then last but not least, divide both sides by 3. And so our final result is x is equal to -1/3. Let's move on to the second question. We have used logarithms to solve the exponential equation. And once again, I'll rewrite this. We have e to the -3x plus 6 is equal to 44. Let's go ahead and use our inverse operations, subtracting 6 from both sides first. And we get e to the -3x is equal to 38. And now we want to take our natural log of both sides. And what's our famous fact of natural log of e? Yeah. And properties of logarithms, we can bring that -3x in front. So we're looking at -3x times our ln of e is equal to ln of 38. We know that our natural log of e is just 1. So we get -3x times 1, which is just -3x, is equal to natural log of 38. And then last but not least, we're going to divide both sides by -3. So our final result is our natural log of 38 over -3. We could also stick that negative in the numerator. You can write this a bunch of different ways. It can also be written as -1/3 times your natural log of 38. If you wanted to bring that -1/3 inside, your ln of 38 raised to the -1/3, or your ln of 1/38 raised to the 1/3, or your natural log of 1 over the cube root of 38. Any of those answers would yield you full credit. Let's move on to the back page. We have question 3. And this one is a nice straightforward one because notice how we have the same base on both sides, a log base 13. So when we're dealing with a logarithmic equation like this, all we have to do is set those expressions in parentheses equal to one another. So we're just looking at 5n minus 2 is equal to 8 minus 5n. Inverse operations, let's go ahead and add 5n to both sides. And we're going to also add 2 to both sides. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And we end up with 10n is equal to 10, which tells us that our n value is simply 1. Yeah.
Regarding
You can ask.
the work, let's say if they're grading also like your actual work.
Yeah.
What I did was I just like put both sides to 13. Like I did 13 to the log.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that was okay.
And then it'll cancel out. Yeah, yeah. That definitely works too. Cool. And then finally, our last question for this quiz, we want to solve the logarithmic equation. Let me once again write it out. Our 2 ln of x plus 1 is equal to 10, and we want to solve for x. Inverse operations, first divide both sides by 2. So we're just looking at ln of x plus 1 is equal to 5. And just keep in mind, our ln is the same as what? Log base e. So to get rid of that natural log, we want to e both sides. And so when we do, then we just get our left-hand side to be x plus 1, and then our right-hand side to be e to the 5th. And then our very last step is to subtract 1 from both sides so that we get x to simply be e to the 5th minus 1. And yeah, so that completes our quiz 12.